Hi, this is Katerina, and I'll bring you the latest energetic update. And absolutely, change is in the air. We have now all planets moving forward. We have this huge gateway that opened with the new moon last weekend. And now the energies are just building up, and ramping up even more so. And that is amplified both by high intense solar activity as well as a Comet ZTF, and he's been around 50,000 years ago, around the time of Lemuria and Atlantis. And weeks ago I received the light codes for this week and the activation, and there were sacred ancient water codes, and I was like, I've never had that before. And now it all comes together because the comet is made out of rock and ice particles, and it carries the energy. It's almost like Ashtar said to me, it's like a flying memory stick, that energy is stored in the ice particles, the ancient memories of Atlantis and Lemuria, and they bring us those codes back together with the latest 50,000 years of upgrades that happened universally. And the comet just passed the sun, so all these new incoming frequencies together with the old, that's actually the package we are dealing with also within ourselves. And you may feel that as well, where you feel like, oh my God, these ancient old stuff programs come back up, and that may be doubt, that may be control, that may be anger and frustration. And Ashtar said we have those inner challengers, and doubt ultimately is designed to lead us to trust. Control is designed to lead us to go with the flow and acceptance. So these challengers are coming to see within ourselves, how far have I really come? How much have I worked through this? And how much closer am I going from this extreme total self-doubt to total trust into myself and the universe? And and that sometimes that pendulum can swing even within a day, and you're like, and I fear that swinging actually is a good sign, because it means we are not stuck in the old version. We're working towards a new and finding a new calibration in it all. And I will share more about this in tips and tricks in the activation as well. And we also have these beautiful templates of Atlantis and Lemuria. Atlantis being our intellectual capacity, the male energy, structure, logical thinking, high advancements in technology at the time, and Lemuria, which is the community, the love, the connection, the intuition, going with the flow. And those programs are also within ourselves now coming together for the new earth. And I think I'm not really totally into astrology, so please feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but various of the major planets are going into Aquarius, and Aquarius is also the water bearer, the time of the water, the consciousness, the sacredness, the memory that are coming back, as well as the energy of community, a forerunner, new ideas, breakthroughs. It's a very evolutionary, that's the way to say it in English, an energy which really drives us forward into growing and expanding beyond what we have known. And this is literally the cocktail for this template of love and joy being ignited within ourselves. And at the moment, we are really, really strongly overlighted by Lord Maitreya, also called the coming Buddha or the bringer of love and joy. And Lord Maitreya is seen as the higher aspect of Yeshua or Jesus, the ascended version on various higher levels. So they all stream into one highest self, if you like, one monad. And Lord Maitreya is this beautiful being filled with love, compassion, joy, and that energy of, and I mean, it's damn hard being down here, so I'm not saying it's easily accomplished. It's something where we also calibrate towards the new, where don't take things too seriously, and I think this is becoming more and more true as we go forward, because before the energy on Earth was much denser. Things took much longer time until they could change into a new form. And now with so many more people awakening, so many people working through their inner stuff and evolving, changing, shifting, it also makes our whole experience more fluid, and therefore this letting go of control and going with the flow is much, much more important, because we're gonna meander. And with that, don't take things too seriously is also because the way it impacted us in the past was long term and hard to work through forever. And now it's like, whoa, wow, what happened? You know, it's like an earthquake, and then that inner earthquake, and then everything refolds and shuffles back into place. And with that high transformational energy that we have in the coming years, really beginning this major momentum within ourselves, it's also, and Ashtar is saying it's not wise to invest in any situation particularly too deeply, because it's gonna change definitely and more quicker than it used to be. So he's saying he wants to make it easier for us to embrace that, where it's like, it's easy for you to say, you know. It's like, no, the energies up here where the galactics are, the ascended masters, gods, goddesses, the inner earth beings, they already have that much quicker flow, that higher speed, and far less physical density, and we are going in that direction. And also with the turning on of our divine new template, it's also the ascension symptoms might be really amplified for you, where you feel like, oh my God, I've got so many aches and pains, or I've got a rush, or I've got heat at night, or I'm burning up, or I'm cold, I have flu symptoms. All of this is because there's such an energetic cocktail that our body never experienced. We have no past life, nothing in our database to go, oh, you know, that time, I've got this somewhere stored. No, we haven't. You know, the earth is rapidly upgrading. The frequencies are changing. We get huge downpours from solar activities, comets, astrological alignments, and a vastitude of new frequencies that aren't compatible with the old. It's either or. So hence we have earthquakes, when we have fires, we have all this happening because the old density needs to be broken down. And that may also show in physical symptoms much more than usual. And I've just asked, is there a letting down of this? And they're saying that there will be a bit of a pause around the equinox, where it's like, whew, all right. And then a deep breath going forward. And with that, I feel really the energy of joy helps so much, because it releases, transmutes, as well as infusing us with a serotonin positivity, and it's like it gives us that energy. And Ashtar also said you could look at it as an overall spring clean. You know, your mind, these old belief systems, doubt, control, anger, frustration, whatever it might be for you, anxiety, depression, frustration with the speed or whatever is going on in the world, that's our mental. Then we have an emotional reaction. We also have deep feelings like, oh my God, what if I'm fully becoming authentic? Will I be received? You know, the solar plexus, like, oh my God, I'm invited to step into my power. You know, the last time I did this, I didn't survive, or I got stoned, or whatever. So all of this is happening really, really intensely at the same time, as well as those physical symptoms, where it's like these experiences are being purged. And now you could say we also can purge with lightness, laughter, and joy, which is so much different to the other version of purging, which I'm sure you all are fully aware of. And with that ignition of joy, and the more you can, even like I said in the last video, momentarily align with it, it will greatly benefit you. And we are also now in a time of major possibility of manifestation, you know, where I said in the beginning of the year 2023 is a year where you really go into your long-term trajectory. And in the activation, we will have a special technique how to vision and then manifest that. And then we work with various beings. We ignite the templates of joy within ourselves, within the stargates all over the world. I'm really, really excited about that. And we also work with Ashtar and various other beings. So it's going to be a real charged and beautiful experience to also help help us with that recalibration and easing those programs in. And without further an explanation, let's see what light language is coming in for you all. You can connect with your heart chakra, align with the golden web of light, and receive. Iash kiki sisi na na ma ash kaka sasa na na maha. Niwa sasa na na maha. Niwa sasa na na maha. Iash kiki sisi na 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 masa. Iash kiki na na ma sia ki ash kaka na na masa. Sia ki ash kaka sasa na na maha. Miwe sisi na na maha. Miwe sisi na na maha. Hiu ayanama. Hiu ayanama. Hiu anama. Hiu ayanama. Yashki kisi sina namaha. Niwa sasa ashka kana namaha. Niwa sasa ashka ka sa na na maha. Niwe kiki sina namaha. Niwe kiki sisi na maha. Ashka ka sasa na namaha. Ashka ka sasa na maha. Niwe kia nanaha. Niwa na yashkiki sisi nana maha. Siwa ka ishkiki nana masa. Siwa ishkiki sisi nana maha. Miwi ananaha. Miwi nanana masa. Miwi kiki shashana masa. Yashkiki sisi nana maha. Yashka sasa na namaha. Yashka sasa na maha. Aka, aka, aka. Aka, aka, aka. Blessed be, so mote be, and so it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The last one was Lord Maitreya, and he said, I'm so delighted. I can't wait to ignite and see your hearts glow and sparkle. I so look forward and wish to work with you all. So he's welcoming you to the activation as well, and receive really that loving invitation to ignite your body and soul to this higher vibration. Lord Melchizedek came in and said, I'm here on the higher levels in the high order of Melchizedek, High Council, and we are holding the space together with who came previously, the Sisterhood of the Rose. It's almost like there's this huge, gigantic energy surrounding us, whereas Lord Maitreya steps forward to ignite that, and all the yeah, I can see waves and waves of cosmical beings, of angels, galactics, ascended masters, goddesses. They're all surrounding us, and they're like, please do it. You know, we all cheer you on. We all send you our love. We hold you in this. You got this. And then Gaia is utterly delighted. And the dolphins, of course, came and they said, you know, we are so happy. We really want to show you this. And this is a time we've been waiting for. And we share the codes of the water. We share the joy. We help you step into community. So may you enjoy these energies, and I welcome you on Friday the 27th of January, and you can either join live or via the replay, and you will also get an additional audio bonus track to really reactivate the energy of love, joy, ignition in your system anytime. And I wish you a most wonderful, blessed day. Namaste.